Hey guys, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. We are going to Stranglethorn, I think, to start things off. We're going to enjoy our mount and just do a little bit of running around. Mark Oz, good afternoon, man. Captain Soapy, welcome. Weston, thank you. Yeah, it was a really good day yesterday. We didn't die, and we hit 40, and we got our mount. Shadowstar, good afternoon. Thanks for being here. Monica, welcome to the stream. Thank you. Let's jump on a flight.
King's honor, friend.
Oh, I could have hearthed because if I would think about it for a minute, we have our Hearthstone set to Booty Bay. So I guess we'll just get to save that for later. Hage, welcome, man. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you hanging out. I can already hear my son yelling at my puppy. We are approximately 3 minutes into the stream. Thankfully, my wife, who is also trying to get in on some WoW action behind me, is going to check it out, so... Goomba's been a naughty puppy. Mr. Eon, thank you. I appreciate that. Yep, we hit the big 4-0. So we are now, according to some stats that somebody read me from Reddit, we are in the 1% of created hardcore characters. Only 1% of all hardcore characters that get created apparently get to level 40 or above. So, yeah, it's a good time. Now, that being said, those numbers came from Reddit, and I don't know like the veracity of those numbers, but we're probably going to start feeling it when we look around places like Tannerus and we don't see anybody. That's when we'll know for sure. Yes, Mark, this is the plate helmet that we found. Absolutely. There she is, Jouster's Visor. 10 agility. 11 stamina, but a lot of armor. Even though I don't know how we benefit from the edge, if it's like crit that we get out of it. Now that I look down here, I don't even see our crit chance. Which is a little bit weird. Yeah, I hope so too, but I don't think we're gonna get more plate from Stranglethorn though. That's the problem. I think if we want to farm for plate, we would be back in the Badlands probably. Because I think that I think the loot table in Stranglethorn might be just a little bit lower than plate. I'm hoping to get a decent one-handed weapon. Because I'd love to try out Prospect for a little while. And we do have the blue shield still, which is a level 33 shield. With it being blue, it's probably going to be good until like level 45. So yeah, I would love to... I'd love to think about maybe possibly tanking SM Armory. Whitney, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Venture Company Mining, we might be able to do that one. Level 41. Singing Blue Crystal Shards. I don't really remember this one. Patrick, welcome to the stream, man. Thanks for stopping by. Buzzkiller, I haven't seen any official news since the announcement about the official hardcore servers.
Talk to me.
Yeah, every week I kind of hope, you know, maybe this will be the week that we get some actual news, but
Glad I could help.
every Maiden's Day passes, every week passes, and we don't hear anything, so I am not sure. Just like I am not sure where to get this quest. It's in the building somewhere. Here we go.
What's up?
Let's have a look. The Venture Company has a string of operations through Stranglethorn which keeps hard-working goblins like me from making honest gold. Please, you must help me. The Venture Company is mining near the Crystal Vein mine to the north, okay? They can't get into the mine because of all the basilisk, but they are still able to dig up singing crystals from the surrounding hills. Take the crystals... Oh, this is the goblin kill quest, right? Where there's like a ton of goblins on the hills and there's some like around a fire, there's a cave in the back. Yeah, I remember this one.
Hurry back!
Nitro Border asks, are people too afraid to PvP in hardcore? I mean, I don't know if it's that they're afraid or that they're just not gonna be silly about it, you know? I don't know what the allure would be to PvP in hardcore, but I'm not a PvP player, so maybe I just can't envision it, you know? But I would think that there would be a healthy dose of fear and just not wanting to be silly about it, yeah. Since you're probably gonna die and all, you know. Tactical Warrior, thanks for stopping by, man. Yeah, it's been a good couple of days. We hit 40. We got the mount. We got a plate helmet, which was pretty nice. And we got a blue shield that I hope to be able to use at some point. Ra, welcome to the stream, man. Thanks for being here. Now in Classic Era, I can't mount up here in Booty Bay, or can I? No, I can't. You can't mount here. All right, a couple of things we need to sort out before I go running off into the sunset. We have 5 waters, and that's not gonna get it done. It's not gonna get it done. So let's run back to the inn. Let's buy some actual water, and then I think I want to go after either the water elementals. That's looking kind of good. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of going after the water elementals. Level 37. Nerdstrong, yeah, level 40. Level 40. I tend to play more now that I stream. So, and also as far as being kept alive, you guys help out a lot with that. And a part of it is just like literally playing more. Let's grab moonberry juice. a bunch of it. The magic number is 100. There we go. We could sell this. Pork Baby, good afternoon. Thanks for stopping by the stream.
Be good.
Nitro border? No. Absolutely not. I appreciate you though, man. But the answer to that would be absolutely no way. Nope, nope, nope. Because what you're basically asking me is, can I pay you $500 to get your character killed? That's what you're asking me, and my time is very valuable to me, and I have put over 100 hours into this character, so there's that. But I appreciate you though. You know what else we could do? We might be able to go grab this map. We have a pirate map back here that when I grabbed the quest, we weren't quite high enough level to take the guys on, but I believe that now we might be able to. We can check it out. I think they're level 41, 42. We have level 40. Bloodsail Mage. I anticipate fire and pain. That's what I kind of think is about to happen. Any ads around? I don't see anybody. Looks clear. Oh, somebody's been through here. Somebody just cleared this. We might have an opportunity to sneak in here and grab the item we need, actually, if we can kill this guy quickly. Alright, I am going to sneak in here and we're going to cross our fingers and hope that we don't get the entire camp dropped back on top of us. We are not going to read this, we're just going to skedaddle. There we go. Well, that worked out pretty well. Let's go turn this one in. I think this one leads to a kill quest along the coast. And at some point we should be picking up a quest to find some items down that way. Auntie, I do a lot of things that are big no-nos. Some of them have worked out. Others I've regretted. Living life on the edge, yeah. Absolutely. See, now look here. Here's all the respawns coming back. But we're still going to be okay. This guy has a really small aggro radius. For whatever reason. So that works. Tunerdale, I appreciate that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for checking out the stream. Ricky Myers, have I considered leveling with the Rested XP add-on? Brother, when you talk like that, I have to assume you're trying to troll me and get me to rant about something. So I'll just give the honest answer, and the honest and simple answer is no.
Keep it real.
Lael, I'm sorry you're having a rough day, man. Sorry to hear that. I hope it gets better. And if anyone is curious about what the Rested XP add-on is or does, or any of like the fun news surrounding it recently, I would encourage you to Google it. Google Rested XP add-on, and it'll be a fun read, I promise.
Have a good one.
You know why we're not using Seal of Command, Marcin, and I'm glad that you point this out now. Does anyone want to guess why we're not using Seal of Command? It's a really funny answer. My wife just guessed from behind me. I forgot to do the respec. Yeah, I refunded all of our talent points. So, but hey, the good news is look how strong we are without spending any of our talent points. I didn't feel anything off at all fighting those guys, which is concerning in a way. It's concerning in a way, because you'd think without spending a single talent point, I would have felt some kind of like detriment to our combat, especially against the fire mage. But
Farewell.
I felt nothing. We could have gone all day like that, and it seems like I would not have felt the difference, which is concerning to me. So what do we want to do? Let's go improved Blessing of Might. Down here we want, we don't want improved Seal of the Crusader, because I don't think we'll be using this. I don't think we'll be using this. Anti-ninja marketing? Yeah, it absolutely is. What I hope that people would do is I hope they would go read like the recent news about the add-on and realize what garbage it is. That's what I would want people to do. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know about improved Seal of the Crusader. Let's go with improved Judgment. And then maybe we go 2 points in Benediction. We'll grab Seal of Command. There we go. And then we're going... Oh, we have to get our 2 points in Pursuit of Justice. This has been huge for us, and I want to keep these points. So I'm going to grab those now. And then we're going into Conviction. Yeah, I think we go into Conviction. And then I don't really want anything else until we can get down to the two-handed weapon spec. However... I feel like we do have to grab Divine Strength here. We don't need improved Seal of Righteousness because we're not going to be using that. We're going to be using Seal of Command. But let's grab our 5 points here. And then I think we're good with the Holy Tree. Okay, let's put another point in Benediction. And then let's grab two-handed weapon spec for 3 points. What now? Sanctity Aura increases holy damage done by party members. Probably not. Probably just gonna stick with Devotion Aura. I mean, maybe I do put the points into Seal of... Is there a way that we still use this the same way with Seal of Command? Because it feels like a waste of mana to me. And it feels like we might be better off like going into anything else. But there aren't a lot of like really great looking talents here. Holly, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Any thoughts, guys? I mean, I can put these points anywhere. I could even put them into deflection. Wouldn't be bad for like survivability. We could try to do improved red aura for a bit, maybe see if that works. What I don't like about Red Aura is that if we have it on when we're getting chased, I feel like that could be resetting the leash on the enemy. So, yeah. Not super excited for that one. The aura is worth the 1 point. Do you think I would use Sanctity Aura? I feel like I would have used this more with our last build. With the build where we were using Seal of Righteousness, I feel like Sanctity Aura might have been better. What I question is, like, could this possibly be, if we're talking about dealing more damage, could Sanctity Aura possibly be better than just buffing Retribution Aura and kind of relying on that? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like from what we just experienced that spending my talent points at all doesn't really matter. So ultimately, it's not a huge deal, you know. Alex, welcome, man. Thanks for stopping by. I could grab deflection, you know, just some parry, and look, we don't even have to spend too much in it. Let's grab vengeance. There we go. Okay, yeah, let's go with this for now. If we want to grab, if somebody has a good argument for Sanctity Aura, we can always go back and grab it. No big deal. Alex, we're going back to like a Seal of Command spec, which I hope will be better with like the slower two-hander that we now have. And I want to see if maybe I don't need to work this in. That's kind of what I want to see. If maybe I don't have to use Seal of Crusader and spend the mana on it, I'd be more than happy with that. But yeah, we'll play with it and see how we feel. You can't parry spells. Wow, that's a good point, man. Yeah. That's a good point. When you look at it that way, you know, stuff like that is maybe kind of wasted. Because that is a good point. Alright, so we'll head to the north and we will head out to Water Elemental Island. And I think that's how we'll start things off. I don't think we need to go fight the pirates yet. Also, I feel like there should be... Where's the snuff quest? We have to get like 10 snuff, 10 pirate snuff. I don't have that one yet. Up to snuff. Okay, so we can grab it at any time. We'll have to make sure to grab that before we do the pirate stuff. Oh man, Leo, you sound like you guys get a lot of really, really awful weather there this time of year. Is that typical, or has that been like a recent thing? Alex, you got 38 on the lock. That's awesome. Yeah, it's, you know, it wasn't bad. Those 2 levels weren't bad. It was probably like 11 or 12 hours of gameplay. Yeah, we can mount up. It's gonna take me a while to remember that we can mount up. So get used to me like taking off and like not mounting up, because you know, after 100 hours of not having a mount, and then all the hours we played before this character where I never had a mount, it's gonna take a little getting used to, I think. Caleb, you died on your 54 warrior last night? Eastern Plaguelands, yeah. I'm surprised that the Western Plaguelands didn't get you first. But yeah, the Plaguelands are awful, and I'm definitely not looking forward to my time there. And I've been kind of wondering to myself recently, like, where could I just go and grind instead of ever going to the Plaguelands? And I've come up with Ungoro, Fellwood, and Winterspring as places where maybe I can just find some guys to grind, maybe even some non-aggressive mobs, and just grind for 20 hours straight. And skip the Plaguelands entirely. For sure I can't do the Eastern Plaguelands around Stratholme, because that's gotten me killed so many times. So many times. I always have trouble with Western Plaguelands just around Stratholme there. There's all those The undead, there's ones that have like fire magic damage, there's ones that have frost magic damage, and they get me killed all the time. I feel like in the Eastern Plaguelands, a part of it is kind of more spread out. And then you're doing the quest for Tyrion to fight like the bloodworms and the bats and stuff. And I always felt that those were pretty easy. Mike, can you upgrade your mount at level 40 with Classic? At level 40 you get a mount. The upgrade is that you get a mount. And if you're talking about like epic riding, in Classic era, epic riding happens at 60. And I believe that costs 1,000 gold, if I'm not mistaken. Alex, that's kind of what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that we can do, yeah, the Fellwood, Winterspring, and Ungoro. And even if it means grinding an entire level in each of those places separately, I feel like that would be worth it to avoid, like for me, it's especially, it's Eastern Plaguelands. It's the stuff out of the Chillwind post, Chillwind camp. It's those quests that always get me killed. So yeah, I would rather just not do them and just fight stuff anywhere else. Maybe I'll have to calculate how much experience all those quests are worth out of Chillwind Camp. And if I can find out how much XP they are, we can figure out how many guys we have to kill to make up for the loss of not doing the quest. Yeah, Mike, I think so. Someone can fact check me on that. Is the epic riding in Classic era, it's 1,000 gold, right? I've never owned it, so I would not be talking from a place of experience. Yeah, it looks like it is 1,000 gold, so. Yeah, it probably depends a little bit on your reputation. So, you know, maybe it's like in the 900s. Depending on your rep. Which, yeah, it sounds like a lot. I don't think that I'm gonna get epic riding. Honestly, I don't really see a big reason for it. It's just like one of those things that you can get if you play the game enough at endgame to get that gold. It's like you have a goal to like spend your gold on. Because you don't exactly need the faster mount. You're never going to have a flying mount, so it's like, yeah, you can go a little faster. It's basically like, it's a gold dump for, you know, people who play a lot at that level. More than something like, you know, in retail, everybody expects to get all the levels of riding, right? Like in retail, you just naturally, oh, you're going to get every level of riding. But yeah, Classic's not really like that. Not everybody will get their epic riding. Like I said, I've never had it. Is that rep with the Furbolg tribe up there, Alex? For the mount in Winterspring? Where you get like all those little items that you can turn in for rep? Because yeah, I've never ground that rep, but that might be a cool thing to do. That would be a cool thing to do, you know, to get kill experience and just to like farm on them for a while and also be building up the rep. That might be a cool idea. I don't know like how much we would have to farm them to get them out. I've never done it. It's the Frost Saber mount, so it's like a white tiger, like one of the Night Elf mounts. Because those are definitely the coolest mounts in the game, are the tiger mounts that the Night Elves get. At least when I think about Classic era mounts, especially. That does sound really effing cool. It would be, if I did that, it would be the first time that I ground rep in Classic era for a mount. Because typically, like, I'm not like a big mount guy or pet guy. I don't have the collecting bug as some people do. But that mount sounds really cool. And I do like the tiger mounts more than any other mount in the game. And it's going to be at a level where we're going to have to do a lot of grinding anyway. So that could be fun. I could get into that. And hopefully I can get onto it too at some point and ride it around. I feel like I'm looking at like 100 water elementals, and I'm just kind of thinking to myself, Robert, you should probably clear the outskirts of the island and work your way in, instead of being surrounded by 100 water elementals all at once. Even though they're a little bit of a lower level than us. So what I'm trying right now is I'm trying to leave Seal of Crusader out of the rotation to save the mana, and we're just doing Seal of Command, and we're doing Judgment. And we're going to see how that feels. Right now, it feels underwhelming. But we'll do this for a bit, and then we will work Seal of Crusader back in and see if we can detect anything significant in the flow of combat. Because, yeah, we're still burning through mana, so that seems like it's going to be a problem that we can't do much about. Why is it that I feel like we were stronger before I spent any of my talent points? I feel like it's a valid question. Because, yeah, this is not feeling super good, so we're going to try to work Seal of Crusader back in and maybe see if that helps anything. Because, yeah, this is not feeling especially powerful in any way, shape, or form. And in fact, I feel weaker than when we were using the other seal without our talent points. And yeah, we were fighting level 40 guys, so I don't know. You see, I don't think Crusader benefits us with Seal of Command because Seal of Command is not always doing holy damage. It's only sometimes doing holy damage. So, like, we're not benefiting from Crusader in this case. That's how I'm seeing it. That we're just not benefiting from using Crusader. Because of the way Seal of Command is a chance to do the holy damage, and it's not consistent holy damage per swing. It's funny, people always try to convince me that Seal of Command can be a better, more powerful build, but I'm getting to a point where I don't really think that it is. I mean, when the holy damage proc does go off, you know, and it crits like that, it's awesome, but it's so unreliable. And it happens so infrequently. Tactical, that's what I'm trying to figure out, man, because the way Crusader works, I don't think it helps us much with Seal of Command. It causes us to do more holy damage whenever the holy damage does proc, but the holy damage does not often proc. That's my conceptual problem with how these two abilities work together. Is that unless we actually get the holy damage to proc, we're not benefiting from having Judged Crusader onto the enemy. We got one proc. That's how I'm seeing it. It doesn't really seem worth it. It doesn't seem like we killed that guy any faster. And I feel like I've been back and forth with this conversation, you know, on this character like the last couple times we've respec'd. So I'm gonna stick with this for a little bit and just see how it feels. But it's incredibly likely that I might go back to just doing what we were doing. I don't think that we did. I think we skipped it. Yeah, we skipped it. We could have put these 2 points here. Absolutely. Probably would have been a better idea if what I was interested in was solely putting out more damage. Could have been the smart way to go. That's cool, we don't really need it, but a green shield of strength. I need a one-handed weapon with 8 strength on it. And then that would be super cool. Yeah, tactical, I might put the next 2 points into it. That could be a thing we do. The points in parry are ultimately going to be really useless, I think. So we could just respec again. We don't have a lot of other use for gold. Excidiums, yeah, I mean, I can see that, you know, it could be useful. The problem with stuff like parry is that it's a chance to have it happen. So, like, if I spec into parry, then we have a chance to parry. You know, if I spec into improved ret aura, then improved ret aura is always going to be dealing more damage. So it's just like, it's the difference between spending the points on something that's a chance and spending the points on something that's a sure thing. And in my mind, for some reason, like I always would almost always rather spend the points on the sure thing than on the chance for a thing to happen. That's part of why I hate Seal of Command so much, because Seal of Command is just a chance. So yeah, it has a chance to deal additional holy damage, and I really kind of I try to avoid the chance as much as I can and stick to stuff that just does something to improve our performance, like, directly. The level 40 quest for the mount. The level 40 quest for the mount was just us talking to the quest giver twice, and then he gave us the mount. Yeah. That was the level 40 quest. And we took care of all that yesterday. I guess I could realize that we're done with the quest. That would be okay. I mean, these guys are actually alright to farm on. They can't do a lot of damage to us. And even though there are a lot of them, thanks to the lower level, we haven't been swarmed yet. So maybe we'll fight a few more and then we will be on our merry way. Alright, let's think about turning this one in. Do we want to travel on foot and we can hit up the raptors on the way? I feel like that'd be okay. Well, we can't come along the coast, really. I mean, we could, but we'd be getting pretty close to ground goal. We might have to go the long way, which kind of makes me just want to hearth back to Booty Bay. The Panther Mastery, next one is Elite, so we can't do that. I think eventually we are going to do Kurzen's Mystery and the 10 Special Commandos and Head Shrinkers for Special Forces. I think we are going to do these, but maybe we wait until we're like level 41 or 42, since it involves going into a cave. But I really don't want to leave the quest behind at this point. Leo, you're going into the Searing Gorge? Oh man. I feel like there are parts of the Searing Gorge that are interesting, but it's one of those landscapes that really, like, gets on me. Like, it just gets on my nerves, because it's bleak and oppressive.
Adventure awaits.
Alright, so what is this one? Bring the water elemental bracers to Archmage and Serim in Dalaran. Okay, so this is wanting us to go to Alterac. I don't think I've ever done this part of it. Yeah, that wants us to go to Alterac, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Caleb, this is classic era hardcore. Alright, so what do we want to do next? We can go after the raptors. We can grab... Oh, that's 43. Maybe we hold off on the pirates. Let's go fight the raptors for a bit and see how we feel about that. Paul, welcome to the stream, man. Thanks for stopping by. Robert Moses, welcome to the stream and good afternoon to you. Thanks for being here. Core, your warrior doesn't have enough gold at 42 for their mount yet. Yeah, you have to like take a lot of time to farm it unless you're a pally or a warlock, and then you get it for free. So we probably would not have had the gold either. Yeah, we would have been. We probably could have got close if we'd have like sold everything, not trained our abilities. But yeah, we wouldn't have had the gold either if we had to pay for it the old-fashioned way. If we weren't going to get it for free, probably at like level 37 or 38, we would have just started grinding for gold. And by doing that, we might have got it by 40. Tactical, that sounds like an amazing two-hand mace. Is that mace like a chance to drop, or is that the quest reward? Chaining a bunch of Basilisk, level 40 Basilisk, probably not a good idea. You know what's helping here is the increased run speed through the talent. That is actually helping a lot. Let's see if we can leash without getting into combat with any of this stuff. There we go. It's a 12.6% drop rate. Is he a level 39 elite? Is that what we're talking about? MJ, thank you. Welcome to the stream. Dan, we did not spec into Sanctity Aura. Kind of for the same reason that I don't really like using the Seal of the Crusader with Seal of Command, because Seal of Command only has a chance to do holy damage. So yeah, we can get the additional 10% with that aura whenever the holy damage does happen. I might still grab it. Right now we're using red aura, so it's kind of a choice between buffing red aura, which we might do, or trying Sanctity Aura. But I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try just to put some points into my ret aura and probably go with the ret aura. And see how we feel about that. Shadow, this is Classic Era Classic, yeah. So there's Classic Era, there's Wrath of the Lich King Classic, and then there's Retail, which is Dragonflight. And this is Classic Era Classic. Khan Senior, thank you so much. That's super generous of you, I appreciate that. Yeah, Dan, I get that. The way I see it is like, we're going to be getting hit, you know what I mean? And with Ret Aura, when we improve Ret Aura, it's giving us like a flat increase. It's going to do more damage, you know, 100% of the time. It's going to do more damage 100% of the time. Whereas things like Sanctity Aura and even like Seal of Command itself, they're like chances to deal damage. And I try to avoid stuff that's like a chance to help me. I prefer the thing that's going to constantly help me, like, more so. But yeah, I mean, it could go either way, you know? I feel like there's a couple of different things we can do with the build to, like, try different things in the future. And trying I think Sanctity Aura would work best with the build we were previously, where we were consistently dealing more holy damage, because we were using Seal of the Righteous. So we were dealing, you know, consistent holy damage all the time. And I think Sanctity Aura might have been really good with that build. So we might go back and try that eventually. Has anyone told me that I look like Andrew Tate? I don't even, no one's told me that, and not even that, but I don't even know who that is. So, except maybe a dude that looks vaguely like me. Which there are lots, yeah. There are lots of white dudes with glasses who look vaguely like me. It turns out I'm pretty generic. Yeah, the Sanctity Aura is a flat increase, but like, The holy damage we're dealing is chance, because we're using Seal of Command, which has a chance to deal additional holy damage. So it's like it's not as appealing to me as if we were doing the Seal of Righteous, which is going to be holy damage happening every swing. And then if I was like 100% going to get the holy damage every swing, then I'd be very interested in like the 10% more of that holy damage. So yeah, I think it would have worked really well with the build I just came off of. And it does interest me enough that like I would like to try that again in the future with Sanctity Aura. But I think with the Seal of Command, I think Red Aura is probably the way to go. At least the way we're playing it. Yeah, I was referring to the chance was on the Seal, not on the Aura. Sorry, I did not make that very clear. Caleb, was I in the army? No, I was not. Nope. Both my parents were in the army for a little while when I was really young, but I was never. I have slight asthma and I'm flat-footed, so I don't even think the army would have ever wanted me. Brandon, thanks for being here, man. You'd be surprised what they would take, but yeah, what they don't want are like what are called pre-existing medical conditions. That's the big thing they don't want. So I also was like hypoglycemic when I was younger. I had like some blood sugar issues, so I had a couple of red marks right away that were never going to pass a medical exam. Which is probably for the best, and absolutely fine with me. Yeah, it's probably for the best. Oh, I'm sure, Dan. I'm sure that there have been times when it would have been very easy for me to lie about those things and to not reveal that I had asthma and to not talk about the hypoglycemia. Unfortunately, they were physical things that, especially at that point in my life, those things were going to affect me. There really wasn't going to be any hiding them. You know what I mean? But I'm absolutely positive that like you could be a person with like light asthma, and if you really wanted to get into the army and you could do it physically, like, you just lie about it. I'm sure they'd be, if you pass your test and you do well, I'm sure they'd be more than happy to, you know, not dig too deeply. Yeah. Depending on the recruiting needs of the year and season, yeah. We can mount up. We can mount up and we can hunt raptors from horseback. So, yeah. Caleb, I would go so far as to say not only can any class be tough on hardcore, but every class is tough on hardcore. Every class has challenges like to it that are just, you know, things that are hard for that class to handle, but also every class kind of has strengths that it has. The Paladin itself is extremely capable in hardcore, but, you know, it has some weaknesses. Mainly its weaknesses are magic. It hates magic. I would say a Hunter and Warlock are absolutely not easy to survive in hardcore because sometimes your pet does really stupid things. Yep, sometimes your pet does really stupid things, and yeah, we died on our Warlock really quickly. Level 11 we made it to, and the Voidwalker went down one side of the hill, pulled a couple guys. We went down the other side of the hill. He didn't want to go our way. And so yeah, if you're really good at pet management, if you like have the whole pet management thing down, and you're like dismissing when you should, and telling it to sit and wait when you should, then it's probably like, it does make it easier to in some way, I'm sure. But the pet is also a liability. So there's that, you have to constantly account for it. Warlock is the least successful. I can almost kind of see that. Yeah. It's not a class that I'll try on hardcore again. In fact, to the point where I'm going to do a Warlock in the new season of Classical Era that we'll get later on this winter. I'm going to do a Warlock there because I'm never going to do a hardcore Warlock again. So we're going to do a Warlock that can res when it dies, because it will probably die a lot. Yeah, I think it's easy to get on a Hunter and play a Hunter like it is to just get on and play any class, but when it comes to like actual mastery of the class, that's going to be a challenge for most classes, you know. There's being able to play it and it being survivable, and then there's like actual mastery of it. And to actually like master a pet class takes a lot of pet management that some people like me, like I don't have the head for it. I'm never going to be great at a pet class. I don't like our HP here against these guys. There we go, that's better. These guys are actually tough, and I'm not really digging it. I'm not really digging it for day one after hitting 40, to be honest. What happened to me on the Warlock too was like as soon as I got the Voidwalker, I got like super confident and super cocky, and I started doing things and playing in such a way that was not conductive to hardcore. And you know, that was probably part of the reason why we ended up dying. Although the other part was just bad pet management. I feel like that's really what it comes down to, is that people who have good pet management, having a pet is going to make your run amazing. And people who don't have any pet management skills, it's going to make your run a failure. And it could just boil down to that, because like having a pet is an amazing advantage. It can round up enemies, it can taunt them all, it can stand there and die while you get away. It has a lot of things that it can do for you in a hardcore run. But if you're not good at it, then it's probably going to be more of a liability than anything else, like it was to me. And I'd really like to get better at the pet classes, so I think playing one in the new season is going to be super enjoyable. Because it's a class that I've never played to a high level, so I have a lot to learn about it. Hardcore was not going to be the place to learn those lessons. And I probably should have realized that at the time. Yeah, Caleb, it took me a while to learn that lesson. It took me until I was streaming to really learn that lesson. Well, overconfidence killed me a couple of times. Stubbornness got the mage killed, and the mage was like almost invincible at the point we were at. But like absolute stubbornness, going back into a town hall building over and over and over again, that got the mage killed. And Dan, right now my preferred class is the one that's keeping me alive. Right now it's the Pally. Throughout history with WoW, I really enjoy a warrior. I've also really enjoyed the mage, so I've played a lot, and so I enjoy most classes. The warlock is a class I don't have a lot of familiarity with, and rogues past like level 30 I don't have a lot of familiarity with. But yeah, favorite classes: warrior, shaman, mage. And now the Paladin, because the Paladin is allowing us to stay alive. We're done with this quest. I don't have to keep fighting these guys. And I probably shouldn't. There's probably better stuff. If we want to grind, there's going to be safer stuff for us to grind on. These guys are kind of kicking my butt a little bit. Well, that was close. I guess we're lucky he seems to have a very small aggro radius, because he is a level 43 elite. We just kind of wandered up onto his hilltop. It's like when you're looking for him and you could fight him in a group, you'll never find him. But, you know, on hardcore, you're gonna run into him every time, because nobody's going to be killing him. Jory, I have a coffee mug and a bottle of water. Absolutely, yeah. You should always be drinking water. Even and especially while you're drinking other things, should you also be drinking water occasionally. How's the horse feel? The horse feels fast. Yeah, I'm digging the mount. We also have 2 talent points in Pursuit of Justice, which makes us even faster, which is great. Joe, your answers are no and undecided. I hope I caught up with you there.
can I do for you?
I'm assuming Tethys, the raptor, is also an elite. So we probably won't be doing that one. Oh, that's pretty nice. 16 stamina, 3 agility, 4 strength on a piece of leather. That's cool.
Safe travel.
And let's see. It is an elite quest. Okay, we're not going to be doing that. Which begs the question, what do we want to do now? Maybe we should go to Alterac. That would be a little bit of a journey. And I don't know if we have a lot of other stuff to do in the area. So if I want to come up here and do this, is there anything else we can do? We never got the encrypted letter. That definitely chained into another quest that would have happened back in Strombrad, I think, to get Lieutenant insignias. I'm just not sure what gets this to drop, or if it was a chance to drop and we just never got it. Because we did some questing up there for a little while. I just don't know if it's worth it to go here to get this right now. Or if we ought to go somewhere else. We're probably at an okay level to go into this Kobold Cave if we want to do that. That could be something we do in that same area. It's on the table, Alex? Was it an item on the table? Okay, well maybe we'll go check that out too. That being said, that's a little bit of a journey. And our Hearthstone is on cooldown. Maybe we run up to Duskwood. And we jump a flight up there to Stormwind. Okay, maybe instead, I know some of you guys are not going to like this plan, maybe we grab Special Forces and we poke our head into the cave and we see how it is. We have 30 minutes, we can hearth, you know, in 30 minutes, so maybe we stick it out here for a little bit and we just test this cave out and see. I know the commandos are in stealth, so that really shouldn't be a problem if we're going slow. I don't know what the head shrinkers can do. What I don't know that's important to know is I don't know if they can heal.
What can I do?
And that's going to be important to know.
See you around.
But yeah, we're gonna. What is this one? Bookie Herod. What does this want me to do? Find his records.
Light bless you.
Okay, maybe they're in the cave. Maybe they're elsewhere. I did say caves, Miles. Yeah, I knew that some people were not gonna like this. But yeah. Oh, we fell into the ravine. Well, that's cute. Do we ever get out of the ravine, or do we live here now? It feels like we live here. Yeah. Yep, this is our home now. We live under the bridge because we are now a bridge troll. Well, this is really fun. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be an easy way out of here. It seems like at one point maybe it was full of water. And now it's a trap for stupid people like me to get stuck in. I don't know how many respawns there are going to be, just because there's not as many people as there once were. So, yeah, we'll go check it out and see. Worst case scenario, it's like super scary and we run away, you know. Best case scenario, we get another easy quest done and we bank the experience. So, yeah. Oh, look at this. Here's the Boogie Herod's notes. It must be in one of the outbuildings. So this one is not even in the cave. This one is just in one of the buildings. Alright, let's dismount and we'll approach a little bit more carefully. Druid or mage? I'd have to go mage. If I were being forced to play one or the other, I would go mage. The druid has a really rough start. The first 10 levels on the druid that we played was like sheer agony, and it was the first time that I ever considered stopping a run because I was really hating the class. Was the first 10 levels of the druid. After that first 10 levels, the class got a lot better, and I very much enjoyed bear form and just being able to swing away at enemies. But when we were casting Wrath and drinking, and then casting Wrath and drinking, and casting Wrath and drinking, that was not a good time. So I don't know if there will ever be a time in Classic era when I play a druid again. But I would definitely play a mage again someday. Cat form you get at 20. Yeah, you get bear form at 10, and then at 20 you get cat form. DT, right on, man. I'm glad that you're digging that playthrough. That's exactly what I'm kind of designing the playthrough to do, to be like super chill, and just like I'm focusing on not talking as much, and just making that that playthrough like really chill and immersive. So I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Now we have to use the small brass key to open the strong box. The strong box is not in this building, but the respawns are here, yes. So those of you who said respawns, you were right. Luckily these guys out here at least are lower level. Alex, that's a good question. I mean, we're gonna kill that Crocolisk anyway. I wonder if there is a quest for him. If there is, I don't think I've ever done it. Yeah, the elite croc is there to almost kill me over and over again. I would always just run up to it and start fighting it, thinking it's just like any other elder croc. And we have engaged him many times accidentally. So eventually we are going to kill him, even if there is not a quest. We're gonna do it in a couple more levels. So I don't see where the strong box is. Is the strong box? Oh yes, the strong box is going to be all the way at the back of the cave. If I go all the way to the back of the cave, is there going to be an elite there to fight? Is Kurzen back there hanging out like as an elite? Because these are things that I don't know about this quest in the classic era. I got guys all around me in stealth. just kind of hanging out. Here we go. Kurzen is down there, and he is an elite. Okay. Do I have to fight him to get to the lockbox? Because obviously we're not going to be able to do that. But killing these guys does not seem like it's going to be a problem. So, yeah, the stealthies, we're at a high enough level that if I look, I can see them before they can aggro me, and that's kind of the important part. Is like, can I see them before they aggro? And so far, the answer is yeah. Oh, this guy got in on the action. But yeah, they're level 34 to our level 40, so, you know, I don't want to be overconfident, but I feel like we'll be okay if we're careful. Although that move that he did right there, that was tricky. Yeah. I'm gonna get a heal in just to be sure. Dayan, I know, man. Nobody wants me to go into the cave. I'm gonna go only as deep as I need to do this kill quest. But I'm absolutely gonna do this easy kill quest. Because we're struggling so much with finding quests to do that, like, even if I have to just farm these guys and let them respawn right at the cave mouth, I have to do that. Because yeah, I need to be doing some quests. Johnny Hoover, welcome, man. Thanks for stopping by. We are still alive. We are level 40. We have our mount. We have a single piece of plate gear equipped. And we're in a cave. So, yeah, we're doing good. This guy's got some problems, and we're kind of on his aggro chain. So I think he's gonna sort it out, though. We will probably want to turn around soon and head out, but right now we're good. Obviously it helps having a hunter in here with us. Now how much further are we going to want to go? Yeah, probably not very much. Let's get our last head shrinker right here, and then maybe we'll start going towards the exit. Auntie, what's up with our aura? We're using ret aura right now. Just for some extra damage. Because even after our respec, I was just feeling pretty weak. And we're probably going to put a couple points to improve it. So we are probably going to continue using it for the time being. Yep. That's what we're doing. Johnny, I can't really communicate with him. It's not allowed. I can't communicate anything cooperatively to him. He's got to be prescient enough to realize that we've bailed out. Because yeah, no cooperative interactions. I don't even know if I'm like allowed to gesture and stuff at him. Yeah, Ra, we're getting there. We have some quests to do here, but, you know, we're getting to a point where some of it's higher level, and we're going to eventually run out of stuff to do. There's some quests down in Booty Bay, like Zanziel's Mixture and things like that we can still do. But I'm kind of waiting on those till we're like level 41 or 42. And now we might just hang out and wait for these guys up front to respawn, which they should probably do pretty soon. I think there's one stealth guy in each of these towers. We can go for those guys. Feralus? I think Feralus at like level 45 or so. I don't think we can do anything in Feralus yet. We could take a look at the map in a couple minutes when I'm in a little bit of a safer spot. Yeah, Alex, the medicine men, they can heal to full, and they won't do it just once. They can do it as many times as they want, as long as their mana pool allows for it, and it can get really bad. And do you just tell them that you're not allowed to tell them that you're leaving the cave? That makes sense. I think that's a good loophole. Yeah. There's two guys here hanging out. I'm kind of okay with that. And we are done. I told you guys that it wasn't going to be that bad. And obviously the reason it wasn't that bad is just because we're a much higher level. Had we tried to do this when we're at level with those guys, it probably would have been pretty scary. And yeah, obviously we're not going to go into the back of the cave for the hidden key quest right now. I don't know if we will ever do that. Maybe when we're like level 45 we can give it a shot. I don't know what level the elite is back there. But yeah, it's possible maybe someday we come back and do it if we get really, really desperate.
Need help?
Alright, so the follow-up takes us even deeper in. Kurzen Elites and Kurzen Subchiefs. Now, it sounds kind of stupid, but the Kurzen Elites, they're not actually elite mobs, right? They're just called Kurzen Elites. And then the Subchiefs, if I remember, those are like shaman almost. And then Kurzen's head. So we're not going to do this one because we're not going to be able to kill Kurzen unless we are like much higher level than him.
Be careful.
Kazi, it feels really good to have a mount. Yeah, it's it's been a long time since we've ridden a mount around, because this is the first time we've gotten a hardcore character to 40. So it feels really good. Okay, what do we want to do now? Let's go up to Duskwood, and I think we will head over to South Shore. We'll have to take a flight to Stormwind, jump on the tram, and then a quick flight from Ironforge, and we'll do some stuff over that way. Quindy, I appreciate that. Thanks for being here. Let's see if we could run right into Stitches on the mount. Would he dismount us immediately? Probably. Yeah, he probably would. You know what though? We're level 40 now, so we could probably take a few hits from him and be okay. We'll see. The draw distance should render him before we come up on him, but we do have like a very fast speed since we spec'd into Pursuit of Justice, so I do kind of worry about the game rendering him quickly enough for us. We'll probably be okay. I think even if he got a swing off, what is he, like, he's like a level 38 elite against a level 40 paladin? I don't know if he would dismount us right away. Maybe. If he did, I'm convinced I could bubble and outrun him with the speed buff. We're not going to have to test any of this stuff out, thankfully. Yeah, famous last words. We'll probably be fine. He's level 35? Yeah. No, he's not gonna kill us unless we try to fight him or do something else monumentally stupid. Not at level 35, he's not. Yeah, he's not a joke to fight, I'm sure, but I mean, like, to run past him, get hit, and get away, I think we'd be okay. We're not gonna test it. But I'm just saying, a 5-level difference with a speed bonus, I think we'd be fine. Poke him with a stick. You know, I might. They called those flagging statements in anime a flagging statement. Like, is that like signaling? Like death signaling? I'm not quite sure what that means. I don't watch a lot of anime these days. A flagging statement. Like shit you say right before you're about to die, basically.
Hello.
Death signal. It is exactly death signaling, yeah.
Safe travel.
I feel like if I purposely death signal, then it like negates the chance of it from happening. You know? Because what are the odds that I would predict the future? Not very good. Alex, one of your guildies died at level 40? Oh man, that's no good. That would be incredibly depressing, especially if you just got your mount like what we did. Now, if you had the gold to get your mount and you had farmed up 100 gold to get the mount, and then you bite it as soon as you can ride the mount around, yeah, I can't imagine. That would be, that'd be pretty bad. I would need a long sleep after that one. A long sleep. Anything we need to do in Stormwind while we're here? I don't think so. Yeah, I think we're good just to go right to the tram. Brandon asks, am I going to take a break from hardcore if this tune dies? Probably not. I'll probably take like the afternoon off and then we'll go again the next day. Now what I'm not doing is I'm not thinking about anything that I would do next. That's short of the official hardcore servers, because you know I don't want to put any thought into it or put the idea out into the universe that this character could possibly die, because obviously this character is not going to die. But no, if we got this character killed right now, I would probably take the afternoon off. And then we'd probably roll something up tomorrow. Yeah, Johnny, my wife knows when I die too. Although sometimes I have exclaimed at other things and she has thought that I had died and I hadn't, so I guess there are sometimes like false positives. I let loose like a cry of agony, I think, like how when the night elves die, like the night elf death noise is kind of like how I tend to go. Oh, look at this. Are we going to catch the tram? Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. First time we've caught the tram running up to it like that. Vlad, the mount is on the hotbar. Yeah, it's just sitting on the hotbar, not being used some of the time. I warned everybody earlier that, you know, after 100+ hours just on this character alone of not having a mount, that like my brain doesn't have mount reflexes. And it's gonna take a while before I remember to mount up everywhere. It's, yeah, it's gonna be a bit. Because, yeah, we had over 100 hours on this character, and then probably like hundreds of hours on all the subsequent characters. Remember, we've gotten every class killed at least once already. And usually they get to like the 20s, so, you know, we're talking like 40 or 50 hours of gameplay. And, yeah, no mount the whole time, so I'm just not used to it. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm sure there'll probably be plenty of times when, unless you guys tell me to mount up, I probably just won't out of reflex. Miles, I think it could and probably does go either way. I wanted to check the hardcore tab, but I'm not going to be able to get close enough. I'm very inquisitive about people's hardcore tabs. Sometimes I feel like people are trying to stay away from me so I can't check their hardcore tabs. Mount up. Dang it. Okay, okay. I'll mount up. Phoenix, you do it. You do that. Lot of dead characters today. The death notifications are sometimes depressing to me. We get a lot more of them now that we're in like an actual hardcore guild, and not the hardcore Chad's gang or whatever it was before. There was a day I did not log in and they kicked me, and that's the best way that it could have gone. But now we get more death notifications. Ryan, welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. Media, I appreciate that. Thank you. Whitney, it's probably not too early, but like no one's thinking about it right now because my wife is playing WoW and I'm playing WoW, so we probably should be thinking about it. And maybe she has. She often has these things already thought out and taken care of. But yeah, it's afternoon time. It's going to be dinner time soon-ish. Ryan, I appreciate you stopping by the stream. Absolutely. There we go. Steak and potatoes is what's for dinner. Yeah, see, I had no idea, but I don't need to have ideas. Yeah. She's got the ideas covered. It'll be really good. It'll be even better if I don't like pressure her to overcook the steak. If I just let her cook the steak how she wants and I stop telling her to use the temperature gauge and I don't ask her to leave it in for 3 more minutes, then it'll probably be even better. I have a bad habit about being like paranoid about the temperature my meat's at. That sounded weird, but I think you guys get it. Yeah, it has to be in like the almost the well done range, but by then it turns out that it ends up being too dry sometimes. And sometimes I'm responsible for the steak not being as good as it could have been. So today I'm gonna like refrain from asking for it to stay in the oven or whatever a little longer because I want that juicy steak today. But my proclivity is to demand that it be cooked more. I hear a temperature number like 132 Fahrenheit and I kind of get queasy. I like it when it's medium rare, but part of my brain does not want to let it be. Because part of my brain does not like to take any chances. And so absolutely I have enjoyed many a steak that were like a little bit more on the rare side, so I know that's how that's how I want to enjoy it, right? But part of my mind says it's not worth the risk, cook it a little more. Cook it a little more. But today we're not gonna listen to that voice, we're gonna see how it goes. The Goblin and Booty Bay gives a quest for the croc skins. We already did a couple of croc skin quests. We did the one that we did in the northern part of Stranglethorn. And then we had a follow-up for the ones that were along the river. And so we did those. Sure, you're new to WoW? And what class? Are you playing Classic Era WoW? Or are you playing Wrath of the Lich King? Or are you playing Retail? Because they're all very different. But I would honestly say, like, read all the class descriptions. Like, actually read all the class descriptions. And just pick something that you kind of like the fantasy of. Yeah, especially in Retail. Absolutely. So in Retail, any class, any spec is viable and can be fun to play. So I would say just read all the class descriptions and pick one that like kind of suits you or that you like the vibe of. Like if you're into like certain aspects of fantasy, like for me, I like wearing heavy plate armor and having a big two-hander or having like a sword and shield. So I usually look for characters like that when I'm trying out like a new MMO or something. So yeah, I would say just think about like what do you want to do? Do you want to fling magic around? Do you want to get in the enemy's faces and hit them with a big sword? And then just kind of like find a class that lets you do what you want because you got lots of options. And especially in Retail, none of them are the wrong answer. No, there's not really any such thing. You know, obviously when you talk about like WoW, some people talk about like endgame World of Warcraft, where like you're doing raids or whatever the flavor is that you're into. And when it comes down to that, there are always going to be classes and specs that, you know, right now are better than others. But not by any significant margin while leveling up a character and enjoying the game. You're going to be able to enjoy the game on any class, any spec. And then, you know, let yourself enjoy the game, and if you get into endgame stuff later, then you can kind of think, well, which of my specs is best for what I'm doing, and stuff like that. Whitney, is that the one that spawns Helcular, or whatever his name was? Yeah. I think I remember doing a quest that involved spawning him on the Horde side. Like, there was a quest to actually go there and spawn him and then, like, get away. I didn't know that, that could happen to Alliance characters, too. Tura, yeah, no problem, man. Absolutely.
What can I do for you? For the Alliance.
Alright, what is this guy doing?
Greetings.
I don't know. Oh, there we go.
Light be with you.
The mage that is in possession of the stone is amplifying its power through some focal point, an altar of some sort. You should be able to disrupt it by overpowering it. As it happens, I know just the thing, an ancient dagger, another troll relic. There's just one little problem. You see, I found the dagger while researching in Stranglethorn, but I gave it to my willful daughter Caitlin, who ran off to Booty Bay to become a pirate. Wow, this guy wants us to fix his family problems. Okay, well that's cool. We will be back in Booty Bay. We have our Hearthstone set there, so we're not going to be doing anything else up here for him right now. He's just kind of here hanging out. Sam, you died at level 29? Yeah, definitely go again, but listen, sleep on it first. Like, take the night, or take a nap, you know? And you'll feel better once your brain absorbs it. You'll feel better about it, you'll be ready to go again. And then, like, a lot of the learning will sink in. A lot of the learning for me just was, like, learning to not, like, be cocky. Learning to go slow. And those are the things that took me, like, the longest to learn. Not to get stubborn about completing a quest. Knowing when to walk away and give up were some of, like, the hardest lessons to learn over time. So let's go over to the hills over here. Let's try to get to this letter. There's foreboding plans and an encrypted letter. So one thing we need to click on, and then maybe another thing that drops off an enemy. I don't know. We're gonna go find out. Yeah, Sam, that's the tough thing about dungeons, is you definitely, to some extent, you're putting your life into the hands of strangers. Even if they're people in your guild, they're still strangers trying to survive. And it can be a great experience, or things can go sideways, because yeah, in dungeons especially, like, that's where things often go sideways. The dungeons were, like, kind of always meant to kill you at some point, you know, most of the game was meant to kill you, but especially dungeons can kill you. You know, mobs can do weird stuff, they can pull accidentally, somebody can accidentally body pull, and all of a sudden you're just in a really bad spot. We have so far avoided doing any dungeons, kind of for that same reason. I didn't want to risk it with other people, and I didn't want to get them killed, I don't want to get killed by somebody else's mistake. Kind of thing. Although I have been contemplating if we can go tank for a bit, I might do SM Armory. But my theory behind that is that we could run out. Like, if anything goes sideways, we could bubble and we could probably get out of there without an issue, because it's not a very big dungeon. Alright, so I'm assuming we're gonna have to clear our way, like, all the way in. All the way into this place. What do we have going on? We have footpads, and we have wizards. Okay, well, the test is going to be, can I pull this footpad without pulling the wizard and everybody else in the entire camp? That's going to be the test. Because if we can't separate this guy, it's going to be difficult to do much of anything. Okay, we were able to separate him. Awesome. And if I am going to fight into the camp, I guess I should see if I can visualize the item anywhere. Let's clear the outskirts as well, so that if we have to flee, we'll have an easy way of escape. Yeah, they're pretty low, but they're also kind of patrolling together, although they're not chained together. That one was fine to keep walking. Even though we pulled her buddy, she didn't care. I thought they were going to be chained together. The ones that patrol together. Oh, the thief's disarm. That's actually kind of nasty. But yeah, when we do hit them with the weapon, they kind of do melt. When we get a 392 crit for a third of their HP, that feels pretty good. .435, new record high crit number. Yeah, I'm gonna need to try to deal with the mage here. And see how that goes. If we get the mage and we get one other guy, I think we're fine. If we get the mage and we get two guys, then we're gonna have like a really quick choice to make. It's gonna depend on if we crit this guy or not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. He's running all over the place now, so that's no good. Is this a runaway situation here? Yeah, it may be. Yeah. Absolutely, we cannot do that. That was cute. It's that you see how he kept running from us and changing his position on the battlefield? That was a huge effing problem. And I remember now that the mages up here definitely do that. Even the ones back in Strombrad, they all have this really annoying habit of running away from you and repositioning themselves, and in that scenario, we can't deal with that because he's going to pull not only the two guys in the camp, he's going to pull everyone around. It really sucks that this quest is gated by me being able to clear this whole camp. And I don't know if maybe approaching it from the other side and clearing the other side will be better. We can try it. But basically, we can't take the mage the way he's moving and more than one thief at a time. Because I guess I should just burn the thief first, because they're not going to move around. But that means I'm going to have to take the magic damage for a bit until the thief is dead. And then I can lock up the mage. Yeah, maybe we clear her on the back. We give it one more shot. As long as, well, you see, this shares a cooldown. which is not great. This only protects from physical damage. We have Lay on Hands. We haven't used it in a long time. To me, it's not as great as having the bubble. I gotta kill this guy to clear him out of the way. I'm not gonna leave him here. I think we could do it. I think we're going to be able to kill everybody else except for these two, and then it's not really going to matter where he runs. We'll even go so far as to clear back here. Kind of trying to get it done quick because of the respawn rate, though. That's the only real problem that could screw us over. If I can kill these two before the camp respawns, then we're golden. Am I going to be able to do that? I have no idea. This would be a great time to have a pet. Yeah, absolutely. This would be a great time to have a pet. Oh, look, we're getting respawns already. I don't know if we're going to be able to clear it fast enough. Or if we're just going to be going in circles, re-clearing and re-clearing and re-clearing. Maybe we'll get lucky and like another player comes by trying to work on the other quest here, and you know that could be the only way we do this, because look, we already got this one back up. And we're absolutely killing them as quickly as we can. Yeah, we don't have a way to kill them any faster. Well, this is going to be our best chance. As long as nothing pops up by the time we stand up. This is going to be our... We have a couple of clear ways of retreat if we need it. We are off cooldown with Divine Protection. Alright, yep. Let's kill this guy. He effing disarmed us. Of course he did. We're gonna be fine. Alright, we got him. Let's get in here and click the items really quick. Oh, they're both right here. Okay, that's awesome. Alright, we got everything we need. Let's get out. And do we need to do anything with these items in our bag? No. Alright, and these turn in somewhere. Okay, they turn in back in town. Yeah, that's awesome. That's like 2 low-level quests that we can get done. That's gonna help out a lot. One of them goes to Ironforge. Okay, yeah, that's really close. We can do that. Absolutely. I'm just pleased to have quests that we can actually do. We basically have to get to like level 42 if we want to go into Tannerus. And then we probably want to be like level 45 before we do anything in Feralus. So like from here to 42, it's going to be a lot of filler like this, or it's going to have to be grinding. And I'd almost rather do the questing if they are available and able to be done. Alex, does it turn into the quest to go up to the Strombrod town? That was kind of the one I was thinking of. Was the one that takes us back here. That place, I remember that place kind of being a nightmare because of the same behavior that the mage had that we fought. Is there's a lot of mages there and they do that same thing. And there are guys in stealth from what I remember. And so the mage will run around. It'll aggro the guys in stealth that you didn't see. And then you have what's called a shit show. So I don't know about that one. If it turns out to be like a lower level, I think when all the enemies are green up there, then we could probably do it no problem. Okay, yep, this goes to Ironforge. Okay.
King's honor, friend.
Let's have a look. I fear the leadership behind the Syndicate is bent on South Shore's ruin. We must strike hard at these leaders before their plans are realized. Enter the ruins of Strombrod and Alterac Mountains to the north. We think the Syndicate is using the area as a headquarters. We know this gang of cutthroats is run by former Alliance nobles. They may be hiding as normal Syndicate agents, but you'll know you've killed a noble by the signet ring he wears. Bring me the signet rings. Okay.
Be careful.
Yep, that's the one I was thinking about. And that was what level? It would help. Let's see. Oh, Alterac Mountains. Okay. That's level 36. That could be something that, you know, even with the erratic behavior of the enemies, we might be able to take it on, you know? Let's go do the breadcrumb in Ironforge really quick and get that one turned in. What is Assassin's Contract? Is that another item that we don't have yet? The Assassin's Contract. Sometimes Questie is weird like that and not very helpful. That one comes after the letters decrypted. Okay, yep, that makes sense.
King's honor, friend. Farewell.
We have a 3-minute flight. I am going to go AFK very quickly. I will be back before this flight is up. Yeah, unfortunately, I am still out of coffee. Yeah. I don't really need any more coffee right now, so... although I'd love to have some, like... yeah. I probably don't need it. See you, Mock. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. It was a really good day yesterday. Yeah, we got our mount as well, because we are a special paladin. And we don't have to pay, so... it was really good. Clint, thank you for being here. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Yep, we got 40, so we're in the 1% now. 1% of created hardcore characters supposedly gets to 40, so it's the only 1% club that I will ever be a part of. Yeah, Lael, I'm basically out of my coffee, but I already had my full 20 ounces and a 12-ounce refill. And if I want to have coffee later on in the evening, which I'd like to, I gotta cut it out for a while. I try to have a couple hours during the day when I'm not, like, drinking coffee actively. At least a couple hours, you know? As much as I would rather just, like, be sipping it at all times. Alright, we are going to the Hall of Explorers. We will remember to mount up. Alex, lag? Let me check. Seems okay on my end, but we'll hang out for a minute and see. Let me take a look at a couple things. Yeah, YouTube doesn't like the bitrate I'm using. Basically, it wants me to use a much smaller bitrate than I am using, which is gonna probably degrade like the actual video quality. But maybe I need to do what it says for now and sort it out later. Let me see if I can change that. I was using a 30,000 kilobyte bitrate, which I prefer to be at 50, but it wants me to be at 9,000 kilobytes. So I've set it to the 9,000, and so I changed my setting in OBS to only output at the 9,000 kilobytes that YouTube recommends, and we'll see if that actually resolves what's happening. In the meantime, I am going to run up here and just get this breadcrumb turned in, and I'll hope that YouTube sorts itself out. Because my connection for real, like my real life connection to the internet's doing great. Everything is actually great. So I'm kind of blaming YouTube. It looks like it's green now, so yeah. Let me know if it keeps, if you guys keep getting lag after the next couple minutes here. Hey Illis, I appreciate that, man. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Lael, it wants 9,000 kilobytes per second, you know? Whereas usually I want to be at like 30 or 50 megs. And it doesn't want that.
How are
warrior.
It doesn't want me to do that. Which usually it's fine, you know. I've been at 30,000 like consistently. I had it at 50,000 and then I dropped it to 30. But yeah, YouTube really wants me to set it at like 9,000 or 10,000, which isn't like super acceptable to me. It's not super acceptable to me for like the quality of the video, the quality of the VOD that goes up afterwards is going to suffer a bit from that. But yeah, apparently I just I can't do much about it, you know. It seems fine now. Yeah, I did what YouTube wanted, so now it's fine. That's good. I'm glad. I'll stick with that for now. I might take a look if I can get it. Maybe if I can get it up at 20,000 consistently, I'd be okay with that.
On the ground.
All right, so there is the follow-up quest. We don't need any of this other stuff, so we're just running back. Yeah, I mean, I have a fiber line that's supposed to be a gig up and a gig down, so like I should be fine to like do any bitrate that I want. It's YouTube's ingestion server or something that can't keep up with it. So it's definitely just a physical limitation on there, and I guess I should be happy enough that they let me output in 1440 at all. But I mean, 1440 looks better when the bitrate is much higher than where they want it.
Great to meet you.
Are you guys still able to get into 1440p? Those of you that have devices capable of that, are you still able to see the stream in 1440? Or are we down to 1080 now that I dropped the bitrate so much? The two should not be directly connected, but I'm having a hard time understanding what YouTube wants and expects.
Be good.
You're able to see it still? As long as there wasn't like a big loss in the fidelity or quality of the video, then I can leave it at the 9,000 that it recommends. Yeah, because yeah, as long as it's going up at 1440, and I'll check out this part of the VOD later to see if I can notice in the VOD any kind of decrease in pixels or anything like that. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Well, I'll do what YouTube wants me to do for now, even though for like, you know, it's been a couple weeks now, and I went from 50 down to 30, kind of trying to appease it a little bit. So we'll see. I'll probably for next stream I'll probably bump it back up to 20,000 and start there, and then if we get any lag, I'll know that all I need to do is knock it down to the 9,000. It seemingly is an easy fix. Thank you guys for bearing with me through that. And that's it. The coffee is dry. And it needs to stay that way for a little while. Hey Dan, welcome to the stream, man. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, Mike, I'm on like at least an hour, but preferably a 2-hour coffee cooldown. Yep. I think I want to try for the signet rings. Yeah, the mobs are kind of erratic up there, and there are some guys in stealth, but we can check it out. It's level 36, so if the guys are also level 36, we shouldn't have too hard of a time. And if we have to, we just run away. I'm pretty sure we have a pretty clear way out of Strombrod if we have to run. Yeah, damn, we got our mount. We got the mount. We got a we got our piece of plate gear equipped, our only piece of plate gear. And yeah, it's been a good couple of days. Hanty, has anyone asked yet today what I do for a living? No, man, but now that you put it out there, like, someone's bound to. And now I'm just not going to answer it. Not today. No one has tried to do anything to troll me either, so... I don't know if the stream can be completed without, like, one minor low-level troll. Lail, an Indiana Jones blend? I mean, obviously, I have to try that at some point. Mike, I almost seem a bit sad about not getting trolled. Yeah. Sometimes I don't mind a troll. Because sometimes I have the urge to, like, reverse troll. It's a bad habit that I have. Yeah, man, that would be awesome. That sounds cool. Let's turn this in, and then we will head up to the north, and we'll see if we can do anything in Strombrad, or maybe it will be too scary up there, and we'll have to bail. I don't really want to set the Hearthstone here. I feel like the run is not bad. I think I'd rather just stay set in Booty Bay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna leave the Hearthstone alone.
What can I do for you?
This is translated from a letter you found in the Syndicate encampment. This was not written by a thief or even a noble of Alterac. It appears the Syndicate has ties to another power, and I shudder to think what that might be. The letter you brought me was written by a being who calls himself Nagaz, a member of the Argus Wake. I don't know what this Argus Wake is, but if they're in alliance with the Syndicate, then they must be a threat. I want you to find Nagaz and the Argus Shadow Mages mentioned in the letter. I want you to find them and kill them. Search in the uplands where the Syndicate is strongest. It is north of Strombrad.
Light bless you.
Okay, that one is level 40, so I don't know about taking that on right now. That sounds dangerous and bad. Yeah, we're probably not going to do the Shadow Mage stuff right now. I kind of remember those quests, and I remember the camps we have to get to fight the named guy. Yeah, I remember a lot of camps with lots and lots of guys. And I remember there being lots and lots of melee guys that we don't need, and I remember there only being a few actual mages, like, buried within the melee guys. So, we're probably not going to do that. I probably just need to stay on the road here also, would be a good idea. The named guy could be at any of the camps. Is that what's going on with it? Nagaz. But I remember the Argus Shadow Mages, there just weren't a lot of them. And there were like scouts and other stuff that we had to contend with to even get to the Shadow Mages. Hey Yillis, are we full plate now? We have a single piece of plate, yeah. We have 1 piece of plate. You know, the only way you could be full plate as soon as you hit 40 is if you were using the auction house. Or maybe if you were farming like a dungeon. I don't even know what dungeon would give you plate at 40. You'd have to be doing Zul'Farrak, I think, to get plate. So no, unfortunately, we only have 1 piece of plate. In hardcore, you can't use the auction house or be given stuff, so we don't really have any other recourse except to wait for like the quests that give us plate or find random drops in the world and that kind of thing. Alright, I guess the Shadow Mages are just, like, out here too. I thought they were all going to be back in this area. But that's not what's going on. Interesting. Interesting. What I really want is just the 7 Signet Rings. I would be happy with just working on that one. But apparently there are going to be Shadow Mages throughout the town here also. Steve, thank you, man. Thanks for being here. I appreciate that. Oh, here we go. Here's the stealth, guys. Alright. Yep, the wizards here are gonna do that whole thing where they move about, like the guy was doing down on the hill. And they are going to be quite a pain. They're also a pain because they like to run to the places where the guys are hanging out in stealth. So that's kind of a pain also. I'd love to fight them in buildings. No, she ran right outside, yeah. Yeah, she's going to run and then she's going to do that at least 1 more time if we let her. Alright, we killed her quick. I'm fine with this. Well, that was fun, yeah. Let's try not to do too much of that. But I feel like as proof of concept as to whether or not we can survive here, we're okay. But yeah, it was a little scary. I like using the buildings to mess with the casters. I feel like they deserve it. We don't really have to go into any of the buildings if we can find guys out here. That's probably like another thing to keep in mind. Any of them can drop the signet rings, not just the mages. Tactical, I clicked a scroll that I wasn't targeting NPC. Yeah, it happens sometimes. It's very rare. But yeah, we did. Whitney, I have not seen a rare spawn yet, so I will keep my eyes open. Yeah, I do need some buff food. I need to do some more fishing sometime soon. Would probably be a good idea. Pigsy, this is classic era. It's not Wrath of the Lich King. It's classic era classic. We've been doing some stuff in Alterac Tactical, but I don't think I've gone after the mace yet. That was the 12% chance to drop mace. I think we talked about it for a little bit yesterday. I don't remember exactly what mob it was that had the chance to drop it. Yeah, it was the pacifier, right? Where do I find him? And do we know what level he is? He's just rare. He could be there and he could be not there. Yeah, I mean, I'd love a chance to get any kind of gear. He's in an ogre cave? Yeah, that sounds awful. What cave is it on the map? Is it one of these caves? Is it the cave back here? I see 3 possible caves. Maybe 4 if I'm counting this one. So I have north, I have not so north, and then I have south. Yeah, I would be okay checking it out, you know, if we knew what cave it was, so we can go see. It's in the cave back here. As long as we don't go to the ruins of Alterac, we avoid the elites, right? As long as we're not actually back in the ruins. Maybe this one? Right here? Middle cave? A middle cave, maybe? One of these 2 caves. We'll investigate. We'll investigate after we finish this one. I'll just go see, you know, if it seems too risky, we don't have to do it. But if the guy's there and we think we can take him, then yeah, maybe he drops something. I see it now. Tactical, thanks. The actual coordinates. And now I learned a couple weeks ago how to actually see the coordinates after 20 years of not knowing where they were at. 5249. So let's see. If I knew how maps worked, this would be easier. Oh, there we go. 52. So it's got to be this one, right? Aaron, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, bubble hearthing is not allowed. It's one of the written, unwritten rules, you know. It's just one of those arbitrary rules. We'll see how many arbitrary rules make it into the official hardcore servers. Bubble jumping is not only fine, but highly recommended. Yeah. I would highly recommend bubble jumping. But not bubble hearthing. We need one more ring. See, this area wasn't too bad. I think the key is to just, like, not really go into the houses unless you're only pulling, like, one guy out. That's probably part of it. The other part is probably just being a much higher level than the enemies. That's definitely helping as well. Like, we could probably go in here, there'd probably be somebody upstairs, but I really don't want to risk it. I'd rather just wait for one of the stealth guys to respawn outside. Adric, yeah, a lot of people think it will just be that you can't res, that the only baked-in rule will be that there will be no res spells that work. That would be the easiest thing for them to implement from like a technology standpoint. Yeah, slow fall. What I wish I could have used as I fell to my death down the elevator on my priest. I wish I could have slow fell. Would have been very nice. Hey, there we go. Alright, so we are headed this way. Tunerdale, is Vanilla Classic my favorite version of the game? Yes, absolutely. The Wizard right now, most people are playing hardcore on either the Bloodsail Buccaneers server if you're in the States, or the Hydraxian Waterlord server if you're in the EU. Right now, there are no official Blizzard hardcore servers. We are using the hardcore add-on, which you'll want to grab from CurseForge before you start up your character. And yeah, what we do is, like, if you're in the States, you play on Bloodsail Buccaneers, and if you're in the EU, you play on Hydraxian Waterlords. And you just make sure you have the hardcore add-on going when you make your level 1 character. And then you're doing the challenge. It'll tell you the rules that you have to abide by, etc., and it tracks your character. And so yeah, right now we don't have official servers. Blizzard is going to be giving us official servers sometime in the summer, though they have not stated exactly when that's going to be. So it could be any time from now until the middle of September. Oh shit, these are elites. Guys, I think we could probably take these elites. I think we could take these elites. Gotta be careful about, like, the crushing blows, though, right? Getting knocked on our ass is no good either. This guy's not gonna run, is he, right? Like, ogres don't run. Yeah, look at that, man. Level 37 elite? No big deal. Didn't even notice it was an elite for a minute. Yeah, Alex, there is a quest for these, and we're gonna be doing that quest. Not today, maybe, but we are gonna do that quest, because if I can kill one of them, we can kill them all slowly over time. So, yeah, that's really good to know. We can kill a level 37 elite. I think we could take these elites. We're not going to fight them right now. But yeah, by level 41 or 42, we'll be able to come back and do that quest. If it's like a straight up kill quest where we don't have to fight our way to the keep and kill a named guy. Now, if there's a named guy involved, I would not try to clear it myself. I would be fine fighting them on the outside, you know what I mean? And so we're not dealing with them, we are coming down here to the cave. Gotta keep you guys awake, you know. It's harder to keep me awake. This is the second time in a couple days I've been fighting an elite, and we've been doing so well against it that I haven't noticed it was an elite. Alright, these guys are not elites, however. So yeah. As far as the cave, I don't see anyone inside of it right now. But we'll have a look after we kill this guy. You cannot group up in the open world. Yeah, with the current hardcore rules that we're using, you cannot group up in the open world. I'm hoping that changes for the official hardcore servers and that we'll be allowed to group up to do the elite quest. Because the elite quests are a great source of gear and experience, and not being able to do them sucks. And it just feels bad. Yeah, Clint, most elites like that were removed in Burning Crusade, so by Burning Crusade, those guys were not elites anymore. They were non-elite. The cave is one of 3 spawn points for the rare. Okay, so let's check the cave. Now, would he be like right here at the front of the cave, or do we actually have to go into this thing? Oh, this is an explorative cave. Yeah, we have to go back here, don't we? I can safely say that I've never been in this cave before. There we go. Relatively safe. Tactical, what you're telling me, what you just told me is that I have to clear this whole cave to be sure, basically. I at least have to get my eyes on every part of the cave. Which is, the easiest way to do that is going to be to, like, completely clear it out. Which is fine. We can clear this place out. Yeah, I noticed the mithril in here. We can't get the mithril yet. Unfortunately. Big Mike, thanks man. I appreciate that. Thanks for being here. I think we can rule this cave out. Let's take this fork here and just kind of clear this way. But yeah, I feel like we've checked all the little nooks and crannies. Auntie, I think we're dealing lots of damage because they're lower level, but we have plus 34 attack power on this mace. So it's not a bad weapon. Oh, only you would go there, man. Admittedly, I walked into that one. Mm-hmm. Daniel, thank you for being here, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you for stopping by the stream and checking it out. Definitely slow and steady. Definitely. Tuner Dale, welcome, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thanks for being here. So he's probably not in this cave. Where else are we going to look for this guy? Are we going to check the cave further to the north, or are we looking in a different location? So I think it's safe to say that he's not here right now. Now that being said, can I find my way out of the cave? That's the other question. So delicious. Thanks for being here, man. I appreciate that. Adric, this rare has a chance to drop a mace, and it has a chance to drop some other gear as well. So it's not a high chance, but it's a chance. You know what I mean? It's like it was a 12% chance, I think, to drop a good mace. And that's why we're doing a little bit of rare hunting, you know? I've never really done rare hunting like this, so I don't know how it will work out. Sarah, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so he's not in this cave. Do I come check the other cave? Do we know the mob's name? Maybe I should make like a /target thing. I can do like a /target every once in a while. I'm assuming he's not going to be like out here wandering around with everybody else. That's kind of the assumption I've been working under so far, is that he will be in a cave and he won't be topside. Logrash, okay. And we can safely say that he's not in this cave, because this cave apparently does not actually go anywhere. Oh god, level 48 Paladin dead in Tannerus. That's terrifying. That's what you really hate to see. That's a painful one. And so, like, anywhere else we want to check, or it's just a matter of him being in one of these two places? There probably is the add-on, yeah. Not really a big deal either way. But I'd like to see him. But if he's not up, he's not up. Tunerdale, officially, the first official hardcore servers are going to be the ones coming out this summer, but folks have been doing hardcore on Bloodsail Buccaneers and Hydraxian Waterlords for a while now. And before this current wave of hardcore got started, there was like the Iron Man Challenge and the Green Man Challenge from like back in the day, which were similar. You had one life and you could only equip that color of gear, whether you were doing an Iron Man Challenge or a Green Man Challenge dictated what type of gear you were able to equip up to. So like the concept of hardcore has been around for a long time, but it has gained like popularity recently to the point where Blizzard's going to do their own server sometime in the summer. So do we think that he could just respawn inside this cave, or do we think he's walking around somewhere else, like completely alive? And is there a third cave that I don't see on the map? Like down in this area. Ooh, Alex, we don't know anything about what's going to happen on those servers yet. Yeah, we have no idea. They haven't given us any information about it except that it'll be sometime this summer. He might spawn or he might not. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. It's fine. We'll fight these guys a little bit more. But eventually I do want to get this quest turned in. There's a 12 to 32 hour spawn timer. So yeah, so if somebody killed him recently, he's not going to come back anytime soon. 7 agility cloak though. Not exactly what we're looking for, but something. Well, we'll go check the other cave one more time, and then I think I want to head back and get this one turned in. And we'll see what we want to do after that. Gotlib77, this is a Bloodsail Buccaneers server. It is classified as an RP server, but this is where everyone is doing the hardcore challenge in the States, is on Bloodsail Buccaneers. And then if you're in the EU, everyone's doing the hardcore challenge on Hydraxian Waterlords. And I don't know what kind of server Hydraxian Waterlords is, if it's a roleplay server or not. The guy does have 2 heads, so he'd be pretty recognizable, even from a distance. Good to know. Yeah, Clint, now we find the bronze tube when we absolutely don't need one. Mm-hmm.
Be seeing you.
It doesn't look like he's here, but you know, maybe we can come check every day. I feel like if we came here once a day and we kind of check things out, maybe we run into him, maybe he drops the weapon, maybe not. Maybe in the meantime we get something better, I don't know. Let's head back to the south and try to get this one turned in. Let's not run through the elite guys though. Let's not do that. It was nice of them to let that guy keep all of his inventory when they locked him up, you know. Yeah, and so the fact that it's an RP server, you know, we're not role playing. The people who are doing the hardcore challenge. Now since it was an RP server before people started doing the challenge here, I really don't know what population of the server actually role plays. But yeah, I suspect that a lot of the level 60s we see are not hardcore players, but people who have just been on the server and they have level 60s. It's definitely not everyone's thing, yeah. And you know if it's your thing right away the first time you get a character killed. You will know if hardcore is for you or if it is something that you should not engage with. And I think that happens, I think you know that the first time you die. And yeah, if you like Classic Era and you don't like Hardcore, there are lots of people playing non-Hardcore Classic Era. In fact, Blizzard will be giving us a new season of Classic Era sometime later this year. Which is good, because yeah, Classic Era is great, but Hardcore is not for everybody, but some people still really want to play in the Classic Era. Alright, let's turn this in and then we'll see. I don't remember this having a follow-up that we can really do.
Need help? Be careful.
Yep, that's it. 2800 XP, and he's gonna wish us on our way here. I am gonna grab this Crush Ridge Warmongers.
You need something?
And we're gonna hang on to this. It's too bad it doesn't have a decent reward, because it's gonna be one of the few elite quests that we'll actually be able to do. It just needs 15 of the normal guys outside. So yeah, I feel like we can do that. Not right now. And not at this level, but maybe by like level 42. Maybe by level 42 or so. Alright guys, what I'm going to do is I am actually going to take a break here for today. It's a good place for it. We don't have a lot else in this zone that we can really work on right now. Next time, maybe we'll come over here and we'll wrap up a couple quests over in the Arathi Highlands. We have the Lesser Bloodstone Ore. We have the Princess Trapped. We could do a little bit of this one. We can't finish it, but we can do a little bit of it. So yeah, that's kind of the plan for next time, guys. Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. And as always, take care of yourselves out there in the real world and take care of each other. And we'll see you back here again very soon. Bye for now.